He's a crossover artist in more ways than one. Jelly Roll's roots are in rap, but it turns out his calling was country. Give a listen, and it's easy to see why Kelefa Sanneh's profile is one of our Sunday best.
He's a former rapper who calls himself Jelly Roll. He sings songs about the troubled life he used to lead.
Jelly Roll!
Last year, he won a Country Music Association award for Best New Artist just before turning 39.
I want to tell you success is on the other side of it. I want to tell you it's going to be okay. I'm only one drink away from the devil.
He recently scored his 4th #1 country hit, and this year he was nominated for 2 Grammy Awards.
Someone was asking me, what is the precedent for this Jelly Roll story? And I said, it's not really like anything.
Yeah, thank you, man. We're definitely on our own island. This is jail. It sucks. Everyone I've ever been to.
If you're wondering where Jelly Roll came from...
So this is your old room right here.
This is it. Oh.
One difference is that the door's open right now.
Yeah. It still smells the same, though.
One answer is here, the County Detention Center in Nashville.
There was a time in my life where I truly thought this was it.
That this was your future.
Yeah. And then coming here, you know, just after getting nominated for 2 Grammys, it just hits different. You know, it's just, I didn't think I'd get emotional, to be honest, but every time, dude, just this cell, you just think, man, this is, even when I left here, I didn't have a plan.
Jelly Roll was in and out of facilities for 10 years, starting at age 14. Drug possession, drug dealing, shoplifting, aggravated robbery.
I knew that I loved music, and I knew it was the only thing I had any skill set in. I thought, I can't believe I'm crying.
His real name is Jason DeFord, but when he was a boy, his mother gave him a nickname that stuck.
Your family called you Jelly Roll, your friends called you Jelly Roll.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, to this day, my mother calls me Jelly. If somebody walked in here right now and said Jason, I wouldn't look up.
Growing up, Jelly Roll never pictured himself having a normal career.
I knew my father booked bets. I knew my mother struggled with drugs, so to me, this was just what you did.
When he wasn't getting in trouble, Jelly wrote songs, like this one, about driving around and getting high.
Cocking a big body down south, Optimals burning slow, staying smoked out. In the Chevy and I'm heavy and I ride clean. I'm wiping sticky off my dickies from the light green, the light green.
He started making informal hip-hop CDs known as mixtapes.
You're selling drugs to people and selling mixtapes?
No, I'm just giving the mixtapes away. I'm just like, yo, here's a sack of weed, here's a gram of coke, here's a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I rap too. It was like my business card. Even my drug dealing, to me, was always a means to music. I wrote hundreds of songs right here. I wrote Riding All Alone's chorus right here. You know, I wake up every day, I hit my knees and pray. My mind is filled with pain, so many things have changed.
I'm looking at my life like it's an hourglass. So still spend every minute trying to kiss the past.
He was 24 when he left prison for the last time. By then, a prison guard had given him some news that changed the way he thought about his life.
He said, D. Ford, you had a kid today. I said, what? He said, yeah, you had a child. And I was like, what's her name? And he said, hell, I don't know.
It turned out her name is Bailey. Like so many in Jelly's life, her mother suffered from addiction. Jelly is now raising her with his wife of 7 years, Bunny XO, a podcaster who calls herself the Trailer Park Barbara Walters. In 2010, Jelly Roll had his first minor hit, a hip-hop track called Pop Another Pill.
I have a line in that song to show you where I was at in my mental space, how insecure and how much I didn't believe in myself. I ain't got no single, no potential for the radio.
I ain't got no single, no potential for the radio.
As a rapper, Jelly Roll sounded a bit like the southern hip-hop stars he admired.
Somebody save me.
But when he started singing,
Me from myself.
the twang in his voice made country fans pay attention. In 2020, he released an acoustic version of a ballad called Save Me, which became his breakthrough.
I'm so damaged beyond repair. Life has shattered my hopes and my dreams.
On YouTube, the video has been viewed more than 200 million times.
Tonight is the most special night of my life.
And the next year, he performed at Nashville's Grand Ole Opry.
I knew the moment I did it, I made at least a small piece of history in this town. Yeah. Unreal, man. This place is holy ground.
Songs like Son of a Sinner and Need a Favor make fans feel as if they really know him and believe in him. Like Dale Henry and her daughter, Kelsey Roberts.
It just really touches your soul. I mean, when you hear him say, "Save me from myself," it just makes me think it's such pain there. And he just exuberates it through his music. I just love him. I just love him.
It started with a little pill.
His latest album, Whitsitt Chapel, is anchored by a song called She, about a woman fighting drug addiction.
She was the life of the party.
But what an amazing full circle moment. You have She, this song about the fentanyl epidemic, from an artist whose first single was called Pop Another Pill.
It shows what God can do with you, can't it? It shows how much change can happen in your life.
The windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror for a reason, because what's in front of us is so much more important than what's behind us.
These days, when Jelly goes behind bars, he's only visiting, and he's bringing a message.
For you, it might be welding. For you, it might be barbering. Whatever it is, find that thing. And it might just be starting with simply being a good father.
I'm trying to just encourage, inspire, and entertain. I'm just trying to get you free for a minute. When I go to juveniles, I'm trying to get you to understand that you're loved.
He may talk like a preacher, but he says he doesn't exactly live like one.
Well, I guess I'm just a little right and wrong.
One of the things that people really relate to you for is not just that you have this sense of wanting to inspire people, but also this idea that you're still someone who's still trying to figure it out.
I think that it's cool to see vulnerability that way, and that we can all grow together, and that it's okay to not have it figured out at 35. It's okay to not have it figured out at 25. It's okay to not have it figured out at 15. Just know that you can figure it out and believing that.
How do you feel about your success? Do you feel like you've earned it? Do you feel like you deserve it?
I'm starting to. I didn't at first. And I'm still dealing with imposter stuff. I'm still dealing with talking to my therapist about that. Do I really deserve this? I'm still a guy that's haunted by my past. There's a very dark hallway between my ears.
If I only talk to God when I need a favor.
But sometimes Jelly Roll takes a minute to think about his unlikely journey, like when those Grammy nominations came out, and he phoned his mother.
I've called her addicted, I've called her homeless, I've called her from rehab facilities, I've called her from halfway houses, broken down on the side of the street. Never got to call her and say I've been nominated for 2 Grammys. One of the coolest moments of my whole life.